And some merchants think that this freedom, this security, this peace of mind should be used for other purposes, such as also supplying the nation's enemies hiding in the bush. So what you have done as well is to fight effectively against the supply and financing of terrorism. Because from what we hear about these markets, people are stocking up on explosive material. People are stocking up on all kinds of supplies for these enemies of the nation.
So guys, this is going to be a very good video tonight. What am I talking about? Well, in Burkina Faso, there was a little over 1,000 army personnel who raided certain marketplace in Burkina Faso, just looking for contraband, weapons, ammunition, and illegal things moving into the country. And this was very successful. But take a look at the video first, and then I'm going to dissect it and we can talk about it in a minute. Take a listen. Boom.
The mission is called La Délie. In the Dioula language, it means advice, correction, and awareness in French. It mobilizes all the defense and security forces of the city of Ouagadougou. 1,120 personnel for a large-scale mission to storm the Saint Carrières market and its surroundings for a complete cleanup operation. But before the troops are deployed, the final instructions.
Apprehend the owners of shops containing prohibited products and anyone who resists. The operation. Immediately bring any apprehended person or any seized item during the mission to Philippe Zenda Kabure High School. Caution is strongly advised. Avoid giving in to provocations from individuals.
Once the instructions are given, in less than 20 minutes, the market is completely cordoned off. Shop after shop, bag after bag, store by store, everything is thoroughly searched and nothing escapes the vigilance of the boys. Even the shops that are tightly locked are systematically broken open.
And after just a few minutes of searching, Operation La Délie was already recording its first results. Behind this carefully managed rice business hides a highly lucrative trade, the sale of drugs and various other narcotics.
A ball like this costs 400 francs. So when you add it up, that's actually a total of 400 francs. There are several packets. So that makes 10. That makes 4,000 francs for the whole slab.
On the spot, our famous rice seller is taken away by the officers.
Bring the product here.
Here, another shop selling prohibited drinks located outside the Sankariari market. Behind these boxes of drinks whose sale is authorized, other types of beverages with dubious origins are hidden. Operation La Délie lasted the entire day. It made it possible to get their hands on a real Aladdin's cave. A large quantity of narcotics, prohibited and unfit products for consumption, extremely toxic substances like cyanide and explosives were also seized. More than 100 people were also apprehended and handed over to the Labal Brigade.
You should know that what you did tonight saved lives. Because we remember the Arlay explosion in 2019. We remember the Tudurbo explosion. And we also remember recently, in the same market in 2023, the market fire that caused both material and human damage. So what you did tonight, you saved lives. And this fits perfectly within your mission, which is the protection of people and property. It would no longer be a matter of sending our combat forces who operate in the field to provide us with peace of mind in the major cities, especially Ouagadougou. And some merchants think that this freedom, this security, this peace of mind should be used for other purposes, such as also supplying the nation's enemies hiding in the bush. So what you have done as well is to fight effectively against the supply and financing of terrorism. Because from what we hear about these markets, people are stocking up on explosive material. People are stocking up on all kinds of supplies for these enemies of the nation. We cannot understand how, nowadays, there are men and women of this country fighting on the ground, making the ultimate sacrifice, while some merchants allow themselves to exploit this struggle. As a business, of course, to make a profit.
The operation will continue in all markets and commercial areas throughout the entire national territory, according to Minister Sana. Its aim is to permanently establish order and discipline within the markets, to ensure security and protect the health of the population, and above all, to restore the authority of the state. The operation also aims to be a strong and firm response to the assault suffered by members of the Labal Brigade within the Sankaria.
So guys, there you have it. Can you imagine this? Let me start from the top. So there was a little over 1,100 army personnel who went on this raid. And what I love about this is they did not announce the raid prior to doing the raid, so people can have the time to hide what they want. This is what I love about Burkina Faso. They never announce what they're doing. They do it and then announce it, which means you won't have a chance to hide what you're doing. Anyway, so you saw where they went into different in a specific marketplace, and they found one of the most famous rice sellers selling narcotics, also illegal pills and banned juices. I know this is what, in my opinion, what the West does. These colonial countries, they send things to the Caribbean, like Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados, the Antilles, the Caribbean, and then also the African continent. They send these things to test on our brothers and sisters. They use us as guinea pigs to test their new drink, or their new pills, or their new vaccines, and all these things. So this is what Adam Chori is trying to protect his people from. Having and things that's not vetted to come into the country to be sold to his people. And also, we still have some people, as the general said, he find it difficult to believe that in this day and age, people are citizens who they fought to protect, gave their lives to protect, are actually aiding and assisting the same people they are trying to fight by storing ammunition. As he said, they found a few grenades and narcotics and these illegal substances, which is most likely being supplied by these insurgent groups. So this shows you we can't save everyone. We're gonna have, if you save 100 people, you'll find 5 out of 100 that's ungrateful and that will do things to actually go against everyone else, to endanger everyone else's lives. Because that's what they're doing. And you saw how much people they caught. So this shows you, and they also stated that they're going to be doing this more and more. But again, what I loved about this is the fact that, you see, there was no shots fired, there was no one being beaten. So the army, even though they were carrying out their duties, and what is necessary, they can be rough. But in this case, they're dealing with regular, everyday citizens. So what they did not try to intimidate them by beating them or trying to shoot. They treat them as human beings, but also as criminals at the same time. So they are treating them properly without beating them, hitting them, or shooting them. And this is the main takeaway. You can't have a raid and not mistreat people. Not because you have the power to that doesn't mean you should. And this is what I love about the Burkina Faso army. When they personnel, all of them, the entire army, from every department, they does not try to mistreat their people. Even though they're trying to teach and lead them, they treat them with respect. And this is one of the most I'm sorry, how can I put this? This is what I want to see when you have any African country, any Caribbean country who uses their army to do certain things. Do not do it out of vengeance or out of cruelty. You still can do your job without being cruel to who you're doing the job to, except criminals who are actually trying to have, we know the some element of some element of every country that has to be taken by force. But when it comes to regular everyday people, yeah. So I love the fact that he's trying to ban those drink in the black can. Those are the things I've been seeing new drinks popping up here and there all over the place in the Caribbean, and no one is questioning where are these drinks coming from. What are the ingredients of these drinks and all these new? There's always something new coming out. So we need to take more. We need to pay more keen attention to all these new food products, these new juice drinks, call it alcohol, energy drinks, juices. We need to stop just accept every new drink that comes in and just start buying it. We need to have a system set up to protect the people against these things. Because we don't have our leaders trying to make us more healthy. Actually, they are driving us to be more unhealthy so they can make more profit from all these medications they are selling, especially the pharmaceutical companies. And I've done videos on my channel where they actually have evidence of multiple multinational groups, especially pharmaceutical companies, use African kids as test subject. Some of them got deformed, some died, some lose limbs, some become what's the word? I want to use a correct term. Not disfigured. Well, handicapped, but they have a better term for it. But anyway, we move past that. So we have to be extra careful in the Caribbean as well, because they are using us as guinea pigs to test their new products on. So we have to be more vigilant in this. Anyway, so let me know what you think about this in the comment section about the raid, how it was handled, and what's next for the Burkina Faso nation building project. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Boom.